You're watching CarTell.tv and I'm Jenny. Now, if you stay up to date in the car world, you probably can already guess a few things about the 2022 Kia Sorento PHEV.
First of all, you can actually charge it via grid electricity, which means it should have a larger zero-emissions autonomy and also a larger, heavier battery pack. Secondly, the Sorento is an impressive car. We should all know that by now.
But while factoring in these things, I also need to mention the price. The Sorento PHEV starts at $82,000, and that is a premium price tag.
If you're up for a plug-in hybrid, the Sorento offers just one trim level and it's pretty packed with feature goodies. But does it justify the price? Especially with some of the competition in mind.
But before I tell you more about this sweet Sorento, I need to mention our channel partners, AusLoans. Do you need a car loan?
With over 40 lenders and low rates, AusLoans is a fast, easy and smart way to get instantly approved for finance. Now, this sounds ridiculous, but with every new sign-up using CarTell.tv's link, AusLoans will include a holiday valued at $2,000.
So, as if getting the best rate on a car loan isn't enough, they're actually adding an amazing holiday to it. So check out our socials for more info and T's and C's.
Now for the design. I checked out the Sorento when it first launched here in Oz a year ago.
A year on and I'm still loving it.
It still looks modern and sharp and fits in well with any new vehicle you would want to buy in today's market.
Just check out this list of exterior features and everything you want is there.
Cool grille, sculpted bonnet, modern, angular shape, hands-free power tailgate, roof rails, LED lights all around. An actually pretty good-looking headlights design, privacy glass, panoramic sunroof, roof spoiler.
I really think that Kia hit the nail on the head with this design. It just feels so familiar and I feel like it suits its target market perfectly.
We're already familiar with the 3.5-litre V6 petrol and the torquey 2.2-litre diesel that power the Sorento. The PHEV adds the option of a 1.6-litre turbo petrol with 132 kilowatts of power and 265 newton-meters of torque over a wonderfully wide range of 1,500 to 4,500 revs. Sure, that isn't enough for a body of this size, so the electric motor adds 67 kilowatts of power and 304 newton-meters of torque from a standstill to 2,100 revs. All this translates to 195 kilowatts and 350 newton-meters of torque for the combined system output, and that is nice. The battery weighs 140 kilograms and is located under the second row seat. A slower AC single-phase charger of up to 3.3 kilowatts gives you a charge from 15 to 95% in just 3 hours and 25 minutes. This powertrain is also mated to a 6-speed automatic rather than an 8-speed that helps the diesel or petrol variants.
So why would you buy a plug-in hybrid these days? I mean, why not just go full EV? Well, I guess for the everyday person, if you keep this charged overnight, then you can get most of your day-to-day things done running on pure EV. You get a 68-kilometer range on a charge. But if you want to go on a holiday and you don't want that anxiety about, the range in a full EV, then you can go, you've got the petrol engine to back you up, and you can just relax. So it actually does give you the best of both worlds. And I should probably further clarify that when you're not in EV mode, you're in a hybrid, which is far better fuel economy than any internal combustion engine.
It's by no means a powerhouse, but it gets up to speed with reasonable ease.
Now don't expect the pull like we had on something like the Ioniq 5. I mean, that thing was a rocket.
That is a full-on EV, and this is a hybrid, where the electric motor gives some EV-only range and provides a nice boost to the 1.6-litre turbo. There are 3 modes called Auto, Hybrid and Electric, all of which are pretty self-explanatory. Drive modes are Eco, Sport and Smart, while terrain modes are Mud, Sand and Snow.
Yes, they do help a lot, but this is not a proper off-roader.
Kia claims combined fuel efficiency of 1.6 litres per 100 kilometres, and unfortunately, that's not the case in reality. However, it is realistic to get well under 4 litres per 100 kilometres, so that's actually decent.
However, consumption of PHEVs greatly depends on how and when you drive it.
Drive it with an empty battery a lot, and that little engine has to work really hard, using loads of fuel, so much that the diesel would actually be the better option. Drive it in the city when charged, and keep it in the EV mode only, and you basically won't use any fuel.
The setup's a bit softer on the Sorento, which translates to a nice drive in terms of comfort, although there is a little bit of body roll if you're going through a turn a bit faster.
The weight is also noticeable, so I think it's good they did not try and behave like it wasn't there.
Now this is a heifer of an SUV, but it's great that Kia actually used its size to its advantage.
This suspension tune is another great sign of what Kia was aiming for with this version of the Sorento. You know, it's not fast, but it's not slow. It's comfortable and high quality. It has good tech and it can actually drive you on an electric power only.
To summarize this car, it's kind of a hybrid of many things. A jack of all trades. Shall we call him Jack the Sorento? Or not?
I'm really enjoying the interior of the Sorento. Just like those taillights, inside also has a vertical theme and it really suits this car.
It makes it feel a bit more rugged and utilitarian without diminishing the class or comfort.
Just like many other Kia and Hyundai models nowadays, you get twin screens, 10.25-inch for the infotainment and 12.3 for the digital instrument cluster. The infotainment one comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And I have to give a nod to the physical buttons and knobs on the side.
While yes, the all-screen setup does look cool, the most important thing is being able to use that system while you're driving easily.
I should also point out that both phone mirroring options are wired and Android Auto is not full screen, while Apple CarPlay is. Prejudice.
Still, Apple CarPlay works fine and obviously looks better. Had some issues with Android Auto though.
If you've seen our previous reviews of large Hyundai and Genesis models, you'll also know that this infotainment system has that passenger talk function, where your voice is sent to the third row.
And quiet mode that lets your kids sleep in the back while you can still enjoy music up front.
There is also the 360-degree camera feature with a bunch of modes. Of course, you get some features that come with hybrids and EVs. Things like battery charge info and navigation shortcuts to the nearest charger.
Very easy to use.
Another electric vehicle feature is this driver-only button on the dash.
Kia knows that most of the time you drive in the car alone, so this awesome feature allows you to be comfortable while neglecting the negative space around you and saving on energy.
The 12.3-inch driver display is customizable and crisp, and it also has that camera feed when you turn on the indicators. Once again, loving that feature. Make it an industry standard.
There are soft touch materials everywhere, including the dash, and there's this lovely brushed aluminium feature, and that diamond kind of pattern continues on the comfortable seats.
While I love wood look features in luxury cars, I have to say these brushed aluminium details look really nice in this setup.
The central console looks massive, and these elevated bits add to that ruggedness.
The Sorento puts a lot of emphasis on practicality, so there are enough storage spaces, starting with these cup holders and a small bin behind them, which can take most phones nowadays. Bin under the armrest is big, as is the glove box. The wireless charger tray is pretty big as well, while door pockets are nicely sized, but not as large as I expected.
Now let's check out the back. Did someone say brunch club?
The second row offers heaps of space. As expected, you get rear air vents and chargers, armrest with cup holders, additional cup holders and doors, and awesome materials that you also get to see up front, including Napa leather on these seats.
Some unusual features about this car are there are USB charging points in the seats, and the seat actually moves forward with buttons on the side, which is handy. But there are actually 8 USB charging points in total in this car. Like, there's only 7 seats.
Very nice if you're an adult sitting in the back who wants to stretch out a bit while on a trip. Not so much if you're a parent up front with a bored kid in the back. Other comfort features include heated outboard seats and sun blinds to keep the sun rays out,
as well as this awesome panoramic sunroof to let those rays back in.
The second row of the Sorento is pretty awesome for 2 passengers in every way you could imagine, though understandably a bit cramped for 3.
The third row can be accessed by pushing a button here or a button here, which is handy.
If you're an adult, you'll struggle a bit to get in there. Also, knee angle is among the worst I've seen for anyone who's not a kid. One redeeming circumstance is that the second row seats can slide forwards to try and make a compromise between the space in the second row and here in the third.
Now back there they also get storage space, climate control, cup holders and USB points, of course.
With all 7 seats up, the boot is tiny with just 175 litres of space. Have them in their more common 5-seat configuration and you get 604 litres with a flat floor and virtually no load lip.
You've got these handy buttons to drop the second row for a fully flat boot. And that's awesome. But now just when are they going to make the buttons that pull them back up again?
Expectedly, the Sorento is pretty safe with features like electronic stability control, vehicle stability management, trailer stability assist, hill start assist, downhill brake control, front and reverse parking sensors with dash display, blind spot collision avoidance assist, blind spot view monitor, rear cross traffic collision avoidance assist, lane keep assist with lane change assist, lane following assist, autonomous emergency brake with forward collision warning system, parking collision avoidance assist, driver attention alert, intelligent speed limit assist, 360-degree camera, and safe exit assist. Okay, so as mentioned, the price of this PHEV Sorento is $81,990, and you are getting pretty much every feature you could wish for. You can own it with repayments as little as $290 a week with Oz loans.
While some people might see these kinds of plug-in hybrids as an unnecessary compromise, personally, I see them as a stepping stone, a way to get a lot of the benefits every day of an EV.
In reality, while not the most entertaining car in terms of driving dynamics, the Sorento PHEV is actually the sweet spot for the majority of buyers looking to electrify their driving experience.
It gives an EV range that would suffice for most commonly used day-to-day distances, while still having the security of the internal combustion engine.
But you can also go on a long road trip using the benefits of having petrol stations at every corner and have zero range anxiety. Add to this the amazing quality and comfort, as well as Kia's warranty and cap price servicing. And the Sorento PHEV actually becomes the perfect blend of the familiar peace of mind and most of the benefits of having an actual EV. As I said it earlier, it's not a sports car, and it's not a proper off-roader, and it's not an EV torque monster. But it's pretty much everything else, and that makes it a great choice for a lot of drivers.
The only thing is that price. But with that being said, it does seem like the Sorento is worthy with all those extra features. But at the same time, there are a lot of competitors in that same price bracket. Wrecked competition like the new Kluger, which is a pure hybrid only, so you don't get that EV range. So, in my opinion, the Sorento is well worth a look at if this is your category. What are your thoughts?